South Africa now under big relief today for around one-third of the population. The country's highest court has moved to defuse a crisis over social grants. 17 million South Africans rely on those grants, but their continued payment has been in doubt. CGTN's Yolisa Njamela has more.
The government contract with the company that delivers grant is due to expire on the 31st of March. The state agency was meant to take over, but the state agency is not ready to. Therefore, the government wanted to rehire the private company. The problem is that the Constitutional Court had declared that contract invalid and government failed to replace it. Now the court has ruled that that invalid contract be extended for 12 months until a government agency can take over. It sounds complex and the ruling a bit of a fudge, but the court in effect chose to prioritize the welfare of 17 million poor and vulnerable South Africans, amongst them single women and pensioners. Observers say the court has managed to avert a potential crisis. Yolisa, Njamela, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Let's discuss this latest development with Dewa Mavinga. He's a director of the Human Rights Watch in South Africa. Thank you for joining us on Africa Live. Now, the fate of 17 million South Africans was on the line in this case. What's your view on the court's ruling on this matter?
Well, the courts have shown clearly that they have an important oversight role that they're exercising. Otherwise, the rights of millions of South Africans were on the line because of a failure by the executive to ensure that there are adequate mechanisms in place for the payment of social grants. So the court decision, the Constitutional Court has taken an important position in very difficult circumstances and dealing with a very complex matter. But now at least there is relief that for millions of South Africans grants will be paid, and there is a mechanism to supervise by the courts to ensure that every 3 months the minister responsible will be reporting to the court on what progress has been taken to deliver on grants, but also to ensure that there is a process to get a new company within the next 12 months that can take over this process.
Well, Dewa, this is quite a unique system in South Africa. So for the benefit of our viewers not familiar with how the social welfare system there works, would you break it down for us, though? Is this a model other African countries can emulate?
Well, certainly, yes. It is from the Constitution of South Africa, there is a provision that where there are vulnerable individuals who are unable to meet their own basic rights, like single women, pensioners, those living with disabilities, the state comes in to assist, and there is an act of law on social assistance, which is then implemented through the Minister responsible for social development. And through that process, some 17 million South Africans have been benefiting. So this is something that other African countries can emulate, certainly, but there is need to ensure that there is proper management and delivery. And this is what the court was seized with, you know, the collapse in terms of oversight and management when a branch of the government then contracted a private entity to deliver on these important rights. And this private entity was now at risk of failing to deliver, and hence the Constitutional Court has stepped in to ensure that there is delivery and that the rights of millions of South Africans are not put at risk.
Right, Dewa Mavinga joining us there from Johannesburg. Thank you.